Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another KASPA video. Looking good at 16.5 cents, my friends. Before we get into it, could you Mike Tyson the like and subscribe button? So overall, last 24 hours, we're outperforming the market, up 5.5%. Basically, market's up just under 1%. You can see overall on this dip with Bitcoin, it's back to 62,000, but KASPA has held up pretty resilient with Bitcoin going down under around 59,000. Cardano had a DDoS attack, but held up good yesterday. And the last time I checked, we're above ICP at 3.97, almost 4 billion. ICP there at 3.9. Got a little ways to go to catch Pepe, just a meme coin, but hey, they got some staying power. Everyone's probably getting excited. You got the open beta coming for the Casplex on June 30th. And so, as far as I understand, it sounds like, I guess, the open beta, correct me if I'm wrong, is that just on the test net or are they moving it to mainnet? And so there is a lot going on there. And once people are minting, miners are getting the fees from that, that will drive up maybe the hash rate, might make it more profitable. Miners bring some more miners online. And the growing hash rate's a beautiful thing. That's making the network more secure. And we have a long ways to go, but I think it could get to 1,000 petahashes this cycle, maybe more. Who knows? It's went from 50 since I've been making KASPA videos back in October. It's been 50, all the way up to 350. So it's at 7 times up. Addresses, 360,000 addresses. Those are climbing up. That's good to see. No real big action. Just some moving out of KASPA, moving out of MEXC and Gate.io. Some going into Uphold there. But no crazy action there. Top 32. These are the 10 that are active. And then you go over here. Rust migration. Last time I checked is about the same. Still about 93% using Rust nodes. Nothing new to see there. A lot of people excited right here. KASPA enthusiasts since August last year. KASPA has outperformed Bitcoin by over 118%. This is Christian Ludwig. The energy around KASPA is palpable. Mining disrupts. So obviously it's huge in the mining space. Perfect cup and handle forming for daily KASPA chart. 20 cents next week seems imminent. Not financial advice, but it's correct info, and you should buy more KASPA. Come back to this. We'll see if that's the way it does. Do you think it can hit 20 cents next week? We're not really that far. It just depends. We might be looking at more sideways action for Bitcoin. Who knows? But at some point, Bitcoin starts going north. But KASPA also does its own thing, but it helps when Bitcoin is rocking it up also. Let's see what some people on Reddit are saying. Wi-Fi miners, Casplex open beta on June 30th. Stay ready for deployment of all KRC meme coins. Casper, the Ghost Chain, is currently doing a poll on Discord when to launch their token. Nacho the Cat is doing a poll on X. Did you already load up on your Casware wallet? Yep, you need to. I've got my Casware wallet, but I'm going to redo it since I did it on a video. But you want to get the Casware wallet, gear up if you're going to mess around with KRC-20. Casware. I do think that, it'd be interesting to see, Dogcoin on Bitcoin is the largest rune on Bitcoin, and it was free and fair airdrop. So it would be interesting to see eventually if maybe one of the KRC-20s does something like that and does a free and fair airdrop. And there's no team to rug. Apparently, you can start getting tokens on open beta. It'll be mainnet, but will be updated in the future. I'm not minting any tokens. I'm just trying to swap Yodo from Sol to KRC-20. Okay, yep. I guess there's a lot. I've seen the opinions on Yodo as a mixed bag. So it looks like we'll be on mainnet, and so you get your Casware wallet and throw some. Got to remember our password there. I got to redo this wallet. I haven't loaded this one up yet. We got some time. I got to redo it anyways. Get your Casware wallet. You can go to their X page. Open beta is live. First an open source Chrome wallet for KASPA, the KRC-20s. So, for me, I'll probably mess around with a little bit. Probably not going to put a huge bag in there. Better off to keep as much KASPA as possible, probably. That is probably good. Yeah, for me, it'll be kind of fun to support the ecosystem here with a small amount, but most likely, you got to ask yourself what you use, what KASPA you use to buy KRC-20s, is it going to outperform KASPA? So say you believe KASPA is going to get to $5 next time. So you throw $1, that's a long ways up right now. So, if you just got to $1.60, you're looking at 10x. What's that? 30x roughly gets you to like $5. So $1 will give you potentially $30 next year, 15, $30. So that's kind of the metric I started looking at because I mess around with some of the inscriptions and stuff on Bitcoin. I do have a bunch of the dog coin, but that was pretty much all airdrop to me. So here, you got, it's fun to play around, but also a lot of these projects, most of them probably won't do real great. A lot of these projects, they'll have maybe a good first day or two. You see that in meme coins, but part of me wants to support the ecosystem and see how it works. But it'll be with a very, very, very small portion of my cash because it's hard to even like when you have an asset you think is going to go up, it's hard to do anything with but hold it. But at the same time, it'll be fun to play around a little bit just to see how it works. And sometimes when you play around like this, who knows? Like sometimes you use like Casware wallet or something, and eventually they might come out with a KRC-20 and they might airdrop anyone that used their wallet or something. So sometimes being an early person adopting stuff, and that happened to me with the ordinals. I was, messing around the first year of ordinals. I got the rune stones, and because I got the rune stone, I got free dog tokens. So people with like Uniswap and things like that. So I don't think it's ever bad to get in and play around. Just you got to realize that most likely holding KASPA is going to outperform your KRC-20s. But hey, we're degens probably, so you hop in there and do a little bit. You hop in there and you do a little bit of playing around. So that's kind of my plan. Not going to take heavy positions, but I do think that there's benefits to jumping in early and playing around with new stuff. And you've seen a lot of airdrops and a lot of different, I mean, you could sit here, spend, probably hours just going through every single airdrop that's happened in the crypto space, big ones like Uniswap. And I think the dog ones were big because the rune stones are worth about $700 and you had 889,000 dog tokens. And even right now at that price, I think it's still thousands of dollars for each one. So some people got a pretty good amount of money airdrop to them there. Overall, they airdropped like $1 billion. I do think that if some project did a free and fair airdrop, I think, and it does something like dog where you keep it simple, you get too fancy of names, then you might alienate someone that English is their second language. That's why I think dog will do good because it's just dog. It's pretty simple. So that's what I'd recommend for one there. But I kind of like Nacho the cat or whatever. I haven't looked at them. I know there's 10 or 20 different projects, and I don't probably not going to buy them all, but mess around, and you're helping secure the network, so it's not a bad way to gamble a little bit of your money. But yeah, like we talked about, if you don't think it's going to outperform KASPA, it's really hard to put a ton of money in there. Hi, what do you think about KASPA cooperation with Mara, largest Bitcoin mining company? Will they help from the Binance listing? Binance will never list for free. Greetings, Caspians. I'm not sure that that's true that Binance will not list for free. It'll be interesting to see because so I have dog, and what's interesting is it's completely opposite um than KASPA, but KASPA is not going to pay for listings, and dog is not either because there's no team behind it. It was a free and fair airdrop, so anyone that wants to list it's going to have to buy the liquidity. At the end, I do think that from what I've heard with Shy talking the other day is that it's more of the really smaller exchanges that really try to get a lot of money out of there. Greetings, Caspians. What I've seen is that it seems like it's a lot of, so right here is all these exchanges here: Bybit, Gate.io, KuCoin, MEXC, BitGet. These have all listed with not getting any money. And so when you look at Dog has got and I know they're completely different. One's a meme coin on Bitcoin, and one's a proof of work, uh, you know, doing the DAG. So they're completely different. It's a block DAG, but the similarities is that neither Dog nor Caspa have paid for any listings, and you can see that Dog's also got Gay.io, MEXC. It's got futures on KuCoin, BitGet, BingX, Bitmart. So, $34 million volume there. Caspa $64 million volume traded on all these exchanges. So I do think that yeah, Marathon Digital maybe getting in, those miners, and they could be pointing their stuff like the Christian Ludwig, I think, was talking about, is that um, that the miners also have they have different bottom line. They can just use Caspa as a write off. They have shareholders, these publicly traded companies. They have a different bottom line, so they don't have to be so. We got to make profit on this. They can buy it in, or they're just operating on a different level, and they can buy the mining and write it off. So I don't know if Marathon Digital will help with Binance listing. In the end, I think that it's not that hard. All these other people have listed Dog. All these people listed Caspa without any fees. And at the end of the day, if you think there's money to be made, they can integrate it. I don't think it's that big a deal if they can think they make money on it. They and Binance and Coinbase can absorb that. Look at Coinbase; it has a layer 2 that doesn't have a token. One, they know that the SEC would hammer down if they had a base token, but it shows that Coinbase has the resources to run a layer 2 on Ethereum without having a token, where all these other layer 2s need a token in order to pay for their staff. So I don't think we're going to see. I think Trade Ogre will ever fix their Caspa wallet. I bet a lot of Caspa is lost in the black hole. Yeah, like Bitcoin, there's probably going to be, some people lost their wallets. There's going to be Caspa lost forever, at least until quantum computing. Eventually, quantum computing will probably be able to break the encryption. There'll have to be new encryption on wallets, but we'll cross that bridge down the road, and maybe it never happens. And, probably won't happen anytime soon. So, yeah, just like Bitcoin, there's going to be Caspa lost forever. Where was this at? Let's see. On here, I saw that 60% of the Caspa hasn't moved the last 3 months. Someone posted that here. Let's see. Yeah, right here, Caspa Silver. BTC went to 58K and Caspa hardly flinched. People just know what they hold. Over 65% of the supply has not moved in the last 3 months. Supply not moved in the last 3 months. 65%. That looks like that is pretty high. Percentage of circulating supply. So that looks like at an all-time high. So people are hodling. It seems like people know what they're holding, and so yeah, Caspa's number 2 in hash rate to BTC. I'm excited to see how the gap shrinks. So yeah, the people know what they hold, and they are gearing up maybe for KRC-20s. Plus, there's so many catalysts on the way that most people, and they're there's a lot of time that people have bought early, and maybe some of these people that bought and mined early have grabbed a little bit of profit along the way, and some of the miners that made money early probably upgraded their miners. So they might have taken some profit, but you can see there's been some profit taking, price going down, but it's been resilient, and it did wick down under 10 cents, but for the most part, it never spent much time under 10 cents since it got up to 15 cents. And I know there's people waiting to go to 6 or 7 cents, and it did temporarily wick down there, but I know there might be someone on the sideline waiting for a penny and a half, but the stats show that the people are holding, and people aren't moving most of their Caspa, and my Caspa pretty much has been just sitting in a wallet since October. So what's that, like 8 months? Caspa has just been offline in my wallet, and patiently waiting. So I think that's all I got for today. It's going to be interesting times. Lots of catalysts on the way. The KRC-20 at open beta sounds like it's going to be on the main net, and we're going to be able to start playing around with these KRC-20 tokens. Go in there, figure out your game plan. For me, I'm going to use a very small amount. I want to support the ecosystem. I like, using these new wallets like Casware and messing around with these tokens and playing around and understanding the ecosystem and just taking part of that. It's fun. I did that with ordinals, runes. I like playing around with that when it first comes out. And yeah, you might make some money on it. If it's a small enough amount, you don't have a lot of risk, then, you're just having fun and maybe you make a couple bucks and you're supporting the ecosystem. So thanks for watching. Stay bullish and have a good day.